Oh, hello, Vibrant Beings. Welcome to my first YouTube short video. So I'm here today because I just became aware that there's a whole nother following that I have through my podcast on YouTube that I really haven't been communicating with except for the podcast. So what I wanted to do today was a quick recap on your lymph to make sure that everybody is out there mobilizing their lymphatics. So first and foremost, whether you have stickiness or puffiness in and around this clavicle area, or perhaps in your armpits, or perhaps in your inguinals, or perhaps behind your knees, anywhere in the body where we see a little fluid retention, know that that's a little lymph stagnancy. It's often tissue that looks puffy and fluid filled, because remember that the lymph is actually the system that balances our fluid, but it doesn't have its own pump. So we have to care for our own bodies, just like we have to brush our teeth and be hygienic and clean our bodies and do the things, which that's kind of a short list of what we know of how to work and how to actually care for our bodies. And I'm working on that to bring you a manual about that. In the meantime, I have a little book that you can purchase, but here's a free video to teach you how to mobilize your lymphatics. So first, we're going to start with these two fingers, because what we're looking for is just a pumping action. We're not pushing down. We're not squeezing. The lymphatic vessels and the lymph nodes are very small. We're talking less than a few millimeters, and they are really just below the surface of the skin. So we're just trying to mobilize them and enhance the movement. And we do it in a very sequential way that's very purposeful to allow the pressure to be relieved, because lymph is a pressure valve system. We have pressure with a valve behind it. The pressure is relieved, the valve opens, pushes the fluid into the empty space, and like a domino effect, that continues to mobilize. And then where it's most fluid filled, let's say our feet are where the fluid is, we have to first open up the neck, the chest, the abdomen, the upper legs, the lower legs, in order for the feet to drain all the way up. So I want to really make sure everybody understands the proper sequence in which we should really mobilize our lymphatics. So I'm going to do a bit more professional video. I'm planning on that in the next 60 days or so. But in the meantime, please utilize this video, share this with your friends, and know that my goal as Kelly Kennedy is to help everyone reframe that self-care over healthcare, and to learn how the body actually works so that you are free. You're free to understand how your body works, and you're not scared of whatever shows up. And to that end, we have the lymph. The lymph is our filter. The lymph is our trash can. And most of us have dirty filters and big, heavy trash cans. So today we're going to mobilize that trash can. So we're going to start with these two fingers. We're going to apply it at the top of our lymphatic system, which is just above the clavicle, right in this little space above our clavicle. And we're just going to place our fingers above the clavicle, and we're just going to pump with a little bit of action. First, we're going to take a breath. Everybody with me. Breath in through the nose and exhale. Ugh. And watch our shoulders drop. Now we're in parasympathetic. Now we take our fingers and we just simply breathe and pump. Breathe and pump. Notice this pump is not this. It's just a slight pump, asking the body. Really, I'm taking a lymph node, which is like a sac. I'm applying a little bit of pressure kind of to the fascia of it. I'm allowing that to mobilize out. And by pushing the fascia that's around the lymph node, it's going to allow that lymph node to be freed. And now the pressure can be relieved as it dumps into the cardiovascular system. Now the termini, which are what these are called, can be drained. So now the tonsils and the apical nodes, which are closest to them, can drain into it, because again, the pressure relieve valve system. So I open up the pressure. My lymph is full. I'm clogged somewhere in the body. I have too many toxicants, too much of a burden. I want to relieve it. I'm not going to detox until I drain. I can't detox until I drain. I have to drain 10 times, 100 times more than I detox. I drain out most of my toxicants, then I can have space in the body to absorb my nutrients and my gases. So we're going to open up the termini here. Then we're going to go right up to be underneath the tonsils on the outside. And we're just going to, again, gently pump with a motion that's toward the termini, thinking about and intending or attending to that fluid mobilizing down the neck, down into the termini. I might just pump that a little bit more. Then I'm going to go right into the apical nodes. And I do have my arms crossed because it is easier just from a mechanistic perspective, just to work on my body. And right where a lot of ladies wear bras, where our bra straps lay, and men, you all have lymph nodes too. You should be doing this as well. Just going to, again, just pump that area just a little bit, about 5 times. Then we're going to go into the armpit, and we're going to use those same 2 fingers, and we're going to just get the location proper. We're not pumping yet, but we're going to lower our arm before we pump. But I want to show you what I'm going to do. So I'm just up here, and I'm just gently pumping. I'm not pushing in. I'm not doing that. I'm just gently pumping the node. And for most people, when you locate it, just here with your 2 fingers, it does feel a little sensitive. Most people are very heavily clogged. Oftentimes people don't have armpits even, they'll have an arm puff. And that is an indication. I know that that's been claimed on Instagram that that's a facade, but I would challenge anybody who says it's a facade, that doesn't mean your lymph is clogged if you have armpits, arm puffs rather, to come to True Wellness and let me quantitatively assess you on CRT and move your lymph and watch those pits mobilize, because I've done this for 26 years and I've watched it. So science and clinical experience together prove to me that this is exactly what's happening. So if we have a puffy area, we have excess lymph. We should have armpits. So I'm going to locate and I'm going to pump just for a few seconds, but my arm's going to be down when I do it. And I'm going to attend for that pumping action to be in the direction of my apical node, which was just drained. So there's space there. And then when that fills up, it knows now, because that pumping mechanism has been influenced by my pumping with my mobilization of my hands, to open up the termini. So first I open up termini, then tonsils, then apical node, then armpits. Then we're going to go do antecubital or inner elbow. About 5 pumps on each one toward the body. This is an addition. If you've been watching my manual pumping, this is a new one I'm adding because it's so imperative to your nervous system. Then we're going down to our cisterna chyli. So if you have your belly button, put your finger in it, lay your fingers down. That's essentially, with your right hand, it's essentially where your cisterna lies. And again, you're not pushing in, just gently pumping up so that that cisterna chyli, which drains our whole inguinals, can drain here and then drain up to that left thoracic. Remember that the way the lymph drains is 25% of the lymph drains right here at this termini. It drains our right breast, our right arm, and our right side of our head. And the left termini drains our left side of our head, our left breast, our left arm, and our whole lower body. So if we don't do any other points in our lymph, we at minimum do our termini and our cisternae. Okay. So just a little gift here for all of you. If you like a little bit more details and information, please do go to our website, thetruewellnesscenter.com. And there's a free video with a PDF as you sign up for our newsletter. You'll also receive a PDF from us and flow tips once a week to teach you about your fascia, your lymph, your oxygen and water and energy, and how to improve your vibration, to improve your flow, to create that self-healing capacity within us. And I'm here to tell you, as Kelly Kennedy, I am just thrilled to have you as part of my community, whether you are brand new to me or you've been following me for the last 3 years, as I finally has decided to take this show on the road and Here All Week kind of folk experience on the internet land. And I've just begun. I feel like I have just begun to understand how to give you something out there in the internet world, if you can't immerse yourself in our experience here at True Wellness, to be able to give you the tools that are needed to allow you to achieve your true wellness within. And I am so honored to each one of you when you are out there and you meet me and you hug me and you tell me that you've been following my work. It truly warms my heart because I know you have better tools today than you've ever had before to help you free yourself from not knowing how your body works to really beginning to work within this and work with her or him and learning how to really optimize this wonderful life that we've been gifted. The chances of us even being born are 1 in hundreds and hundreds of million. And congratulations, we all made it. Now let's make the most of this experience. There's no better time to be alive as far as Kelly Kennedy is concerned. The Lymph Queen is here to tell you, reframe this world, mobilize your lymph, get those filters clean, and step into the world of wellness, the world of light, and enjoy the gifts that you've been gifted with. And let us all enjoy them too as you step into your own power, as you step into your own light. I look forward to engaging and communing with each and every one of you. Join us, won't you, in the Vibe community, on the podcast, or here at our center locally in True Wellness. Stay connected. Let me know you're here. And I love you, each and every one of you, truly, from my heart to yours.